Shake it off. That's Taylor Swift. 105.1 The Buzz. We are Dari, Mitch, and Ted, and our guest, Dr. Michael Workman, is in the studio with us. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Mike, are you high right now?
I'm not high.
Okay. Because I know you have a thing with needles.
I have a big phobia with needles.
But you're being a brave boy today.
I'm being very brave. We did put on some tetracaine, lidocaine, and marcaine, which is a long-acting anesthetic for the skin.
This is kind of a numbing agent.
Yes.
Okay, so Kathy is here. Kathy is an old friend of mine, and she is. Are you? What's your title? What do you call yourself? An injector? It's more than that.
An RN injector.
Yeah, she's a registered nurse, and she is quite an artist when it comes to sculpting. And that sculpting that she does is with the face and with needles. So she's already done half of Dr. Workman's face, and we took a still frame. He took a still frame photo of it, and the change is.
It's remarkable.
Amazing. It is amazing. Now, Kathy, describe what you did to the right half of Dr. Workman's face.
Basically, we used a newer filler. It's called Voluma. It's from the Allergan family.
It's been around for about a year, and it's
in the U.S.
It's much more permanent than other fillers. Well, it lasts longer.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is FDA approved for up to 24 months, which is about twice as long as most of the other hyaluronic acid fillers. It is a hyaluronic acid filler. Which means it's very naturally occurring. There's very little chance of any kind of reaction to it.
Or rejection. It naturally occurs in the body.
If you touched it, is it gel-like? Would it feel like
it looks
jelly?
like just a clear gel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's a little more viscous, for lack of a better word. They call it a G-prime, but it's got a little more staying power than the previous hyaluronic acid fillers. So it's the first one that's FDA approved for the mid-face. And it's the first one that can be injected deeply into the mid-face because we're going right down by the periosteum or the bone. And in the past, those types of fillers just kind of dissipated at that level. And this one just hangs in there and does amazing things. It is so fun to work with.
So tell us, Kathy,
so
why does Dr. Workman's, why does he look younger, especially around the eyes, on the one side of his face than the other?
Well, all of us tend to lose volume as we get older. And the skin obviously sags, and most people think, well, it's just saggy skin. But even if you have a facelift, even if you have all of these things to address the sagging skin, you're going to have some volume loss. Typically, that's kind of under the eye area. Some people will get a hollow kind of between the eye and the nose, and then we lose just the facial fat in the mid part of the face. So when we replenish that, everything kind of lifts. And it will actually, in a lot of people, improve the appearance of jowls because that tissue is now supported again. You know, it's kind of like it's reinforcing the
Perked yours up, didn't it, Mitch?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so where did you inject on Dr. Workman?
Basically, we go right along the cheek. We start at the outside of the cheek. And
outside of the cheek means close to the hairline.
Close to the hairline, near the ear. And we start just along that cheekbone. It's called the zygomatic arch, and we just make small deposits. So it's multiple little injections, and I'm very proud of my needle phobe here because he tolerated it very, very well. And you just deposit small amounts of product, and then you mold them into place.
So instead of it looking like little peas deposited along your cheekbone, you then smooth it with your finger. So I guess there's a period of time where it's very malleable before it firms up into. Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that you honestly just molded it. That you really molded it with your finger.
You do.
That's
You're an artist.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So you're not going to want to sleep on your face tonight.
Probably not.
No, don't do that, Dr.
Shaking
Workman.
his head no. Okay, so we're gonna watch you then while you do the second half. We're gonna take some video of it so you can actually see what it looks like happening.
You have a look of fear on
You
your
have
face.
such a look. Are you genuinely nervous about a needle going in? It's just a big, strong.
You can put the mic near your mouth there, Dr. Workman. It'll be more effective in radio.
No, I've got. I think I told you before. When we were in the fraternity, we had to donate plasma, and we'd have a 19-gauge needle in our arm for hours. So I just don't like needles.
You don't mind doing it to
I'm
other
with
people,
you.
obviously.
Oh no, it's no big deal. Yeah. But it's
Was
just.
it hours, Dr. Workman? Because it seems
They
like
drain
maybe
you.
that would be like a great deal of donated blood.
Well, it was plasma, so it took longer. Yes.
To me, it's the same thing.
To me, it seemed like days, actually.
Okay, so go ahead. You're going to do what you need to get Dr. Workman comfortable and ready. Have you already applied like a topical?
He's got his
Okay, give the mic back to Kathy.
You're done talking, Dr. Workman.
Thank you. I like when he just does what you say.
Yeah.
He's got his topical on, and we went ahead and cleansed his skin with a little bit of alcohol, so he's all ready to go.
He's praying.
He's praying, but he's going to look fabulous. And, so let's do it.
Go ahead and do it. I'll describe what you're doing. So the Voluma itself comes in like a tiny little vial.
And it's 1 cc.
It's 1 cc. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. Go ahead and just don't worry.
We're going to lose Ted.
Okay. Oh, it's a tiny amount. Does this bother you too?
Yeah, either Ted or Dr. Workman are going down.
Okay, so she's
I don't like needles
she's
in me
just
or others.
very gently going right where Dr. Workman's cheek meets like his sideburn, basically, and she's pushing with her thumb, and now she's got the needle pressed against it. See, this is kind of, I don't want to say arousing, but this is like needles in the face, in my arm, anywhere.
You like that, I know.
I'm into it. Not in a
Jason, our
weird
videographer,
way.
can't look either. We're going to lose a guy in here
So
tonight,
the
Daria.
videographer right now
Someone's going down.
has his head completely turned away from the subject that he is filming. And it's a small, very thin needle. It's about the length of a fingernail, maybe. And just,
Needle is tiny.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
tiny.
very, very
It's
small.
just, and it's as thin as a hair strand.
Still a piece of metal still going in the skin?
It's not.
I don't know, the idea
at
that,
all
I
like
guess
that.
to me, the idea that your skin, that you can penetrate that with something, that's cool to me. You don't know?
I'm better than I used to be. I used to really have a problem, but I'm much better.
I like
the
to
problem is
watch
they're
it
wimps.
going in.
You know,
Yeah,
just
it-
wimps.
A sword will take the arm completely off. That's also metal hitting skin.
Don't smile, Dr. Workman, because you have a big smile and it's changing your whole cheekal structure. Okay, and then she's just kind of balancing it as she goes to the other cheek, because she's already put some filler on that other cheek. And when we describe filler going into the cheek, you have to imagine it's the tiniest amount. It's very, very subtle. In fact, if you didn't know Dr. Workman, even if you did know him, you wouldn't know that he had anything done after this procedure. He just looks a little bit more rested. He looks a little bit more energized, and he looks a little bit younger.
Right.
The only way that we can tell that something has happened is by looking at the picture that he took of himself with it only being done on half of his face.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, okay, I can see the difference
Before and
from
after.
before and after. And right now, he's just going to have the after effect, and he's just going to look like a sort of perked up, a few years off version.
Yeah, better version of him.
The Dr. Michael Workman that we know and love.
And as you said earlier, the cool part, it lasts for up to 2 years. That's really something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Which makes it actually really, really cost effective, because with the other injectables, you'd have to have it redone more often, every couple of months, every 6 months, or every year. So is that it?
So, nope.
Okay.
So what we did, we went along the cheek, and now he kind of has a little bit of a deficit here under the eye. You can see he's a little bruised on the other side where I got after him there. So we're going to bring this in, not on the bone, but kind of at an angle.
And again, all this
So,
video
hang
will
with
be
me, Doc.
available to see if you want to see.
And we can just add a little
That's a good one.
That was digging
Right
around to
in
find the
there.
spot with the needle there.
I don't
Actually, it's not a dig.
Yes, it is.
Kind of a thread.
The thread.
It's a thread. And you want to fan it so that you don't have a big glob there.
That makes sense.
So it's
That looked pretty cool.
fanning.
What did you practice on? How did you learn how to do this?
Did you practice on cadavers?
There's
Friends.
this really hideous guy.
Friends, really good friends. I actually, I've been an RN for 32 years, so I put a lot of needles in a lot of places. But I did go to a training down in Arizona called the National Laser Institute, and it was a week-long, very intensive training. They have a medical spa there, and you learn and treat and learn and treat and learn and treat. And
Are you able to inject your own face? Some people can.
I'm kind of a baby. Really? I kind of am like Dr. Workman.
I would
And
do
the
it
needle,
all the live long
know
day.
you would.
Don't
I
ever
would be
give her
doing
the kit.
I would be doing it while we were
needle
on the
device.
air.
It'll come in. She'll look like a happy face.
Honestly, I would have the face of a
smooth,
child
round
mannequin.
face.
I happen to have heard a story of a friend who was injecting her lips at a traffic light. So
Oh, man.
that would be Daria.
Okay.
Boy.
Oh, I was like, no, that wasn't me, actually.
But it
you
would
just-
be
no,
if you
no, my
had
lips
the-
look
if you
great.
had
So that's all the time we have with Dr. Michael Workman, but I urge you to check out his website, drmichaelworkman.com, now more than ever, because you can actually see, it'll probably take, you done?
He's all right.
God, he's so cute.
He is adorable.
Look at him. He's being such a brave boy. It might take a few moments for these pictures to be loaded to his page, but it's Dr.
Don't do that to us.
That's not funny. Why did you do that?
Out of us.
I love you so much.
Just
Did you tell him to do it? Did you guys have a...
Let's
Oh, my God. I'm going to have a
go to
heart
CPR
attack.
mode.
But I noticed
Excuse me.
the calm hand of the angel.
Seriously, that you are asking for trouble, young man, because you had a woman with a needle poised above your face as you screamed like a little girl in a horror movie.
We were going to give you a good boy prize. You're not
Honestly,
getting anything
no
now.
prize.
Nothing for you. Bad doctor.
DrMichaelWorkman.com. You can check out what it looks like before and after and see what kind of difference it can make in a face. That's Dr. DrMichaelWorkman.com.
He scared us, isn't he?
Yes!
I know.
There'll be payback.
Neon trees on the buzz.